Hi kindergarten families, it's Mrs. Poole. I'm going to talk to you today about Seesaw and all of the different parts. So we're going to look at the parent view and talk about the different parts that you see when you're logged in that way. And then we'll take a look at the student view and talk about the different parts you see when you're logged in as a student. Let's go. All right, so here we are looking at the parent view when you get on your phone or your iPad or laptop. And you'll notice across the top that there are three different sections right here I've just highlighted. So we are in the home view. When you're in the home view, you are looking at the posts that have been made and just added to continuously for all of the children in your household. So I have 2 children, and you'll see when I scroll down, posts for both of them. So, that's not scrolling. There we go. There is posts for Maxwell's entire class, posts just for him, all Maxwell, and then now I can tell, oh, this one is for Zuzu because it's from grade 1. So as you scroll in home view, you're seeing everything that's been posted for all of your children. That can be overwhelming. That's when you want to go to the journals tab. That's this one right here in the middle. Touch that one now. For every child in your house that is on Seesaw, they will have a class. If they were in another school and they use Seesaw there, that class remains a part of what you can look at, which is really nice. So you'll see 2 Maxwell tabs, one from his old school, his ISB class, and then Zuzu is there at the bottom. She's got 5 classes. So I'll click on that. She has 5 classes because it shows pre-K there at the bottom. I can go back and I can see things that she did years ago. Her kindergarten class is there, her grade 1 class is on here, as well as her language classes. So I'm going to go ahead and touch Murphy so that I can see what was posted today. This is really helpful to go to the journal and the specific child so you don't have to scroll through a lot of posts to find what you want. Now, the last tab up there all the way on the right is called Inbox, and that is the tab where teachers want to give you messages, information that's important for you to know, but maybe not necessarily about your child's learning. For example, I used to put on there, remember, tomorrow is out of uniform day. Things like that we want you to know. We want to get that information to you easy, fast, but it's not something that your child needs to continue to have on their journal. The journal is where we want to post learning, activities for your child to work on that day, like our videos, links to other things that we want them to watch. It's where we want students to post what they have learned, either in a video or with a photo or writing. And the inbox is more of like housekeeping. Here are some things that we want you to know. So I'll click on inbox right now. And you see this is where Miss Murphy has invited Zuzu's class for a Zoom tomorrow morning. And she's feeling really nervous about it, like a lot of us are. New tools, lots of learning. And then on the right, you'll see a list of teachers, all of these teachers over here. And if I wanted to go to art just to see what the art teacher had posted, I would click on the art teacher, Miss Nichols. So this is also helpful if you don't want to scroll through a lot of things. You can go directly to the teacher that you are trying to find information from. So home, it's going to be a lot for every child in your class. It's going to have all of their posts. The journal will allow you to look at one child at a time, and then you can also go to one of their teachers at a time. Inbox is going to show you important messages, information that we want you to know, not necessarily important to their learning for the day. It also allows you to click on PE teachers, language teachers, art, music teachers. Now I'm logged in as a student. So I'm looking at Zuzu's Seesaw account, and when you log in as a student and you found your name, you'll know for sure that it is you, because up here in this corner will be your picture and your name. That's really important. And then you'll be in your journal, which is the most important part of Seesaw. So this is where we go in the morning to find out what our learning activities are for the day. This is where links to videos or the videos themselves will be posted for your students to see. The journal is the place you're going to spend the most time. Your student will spend the most time. When a student is going to post something for their teacher, for example, this morning Zuzu was reading a book about guinea pigs and Miss Murphy asked her to send a picture of the book and to record her voice telling some things that she learned. So down here is still that post that her teacher had made in the morning explaining all of their lessons for the day. And then right here on top, after she makes her post about her learning, it's then added to her journal, and as she continues to post things, they'll just show up there on Zuzu's journal, not on anyone else's. So when I go to Maxwell's, if I go to his individual class, his journal, I will see his posts. And when I go to Zuzu's on her journal, I see her posts. This is where kindergarten teachers would love to see evidence of learning. So we have had some families post photos and videos into the inbox, and I'll talk about that a little more in a minute. But if you can get to your child's journal and your child is ready to post something, this is the spot to do it. This is where we would like you to add photos and video. Now I am in the activities section. So look over here on the right. It's the light bulb that has the little red circle above it. And when I touch that, this is what shows up. So you can see in Zuzu's activities, she's got 49 activities. That is a lot. Teachers are the ones who assign activities. And when we assign them, it goes directly into the student's journal. That doesn't mean we want them to do that activity right away. I think this is an important thing to clarify. When we find an activity and we want to save it maybe for future use, it will go in there. But kindergarten teachers will tell you when we'd like you to do a specific assignment. So you'll see all of them, but maybe in that day's learning, we say, we'd like you now to do the activity called word sort short A word families. You can see that's the one right here at the top. So if Zuzu's teacher asked her to do that activity when she was in her journal listening to the video message, when it was over, she would go to activities, this tab over here, and then she would see, oh, that's the activity right there at the top. So activities may show up in the activities section, but we'd like you to wait for your teacher to ask you to complete the activity. Just because it's there doesn't mean we would like you to complete it just yet. Now, I'm not even going to talk about the inbox that does show up for students right here on the very end, because kindergarten teachers don't ask their students to use the inbox. We use the inbox to communicate with parents about things such as, don't forget to bring something purple to school tomorrow, or don't forget that tomorrow's a PE day when we were at ISB, when we wanted to remind you of logistics and things like that. But the inbox, students really never get in there when they are in their student account. That doesn't mean you can't. They certainly can push on the button, and some students have posted work to us that way. As teachers, we typically then move that work over to their journal. The journal is it's like a portfolio or a scrapbook. And so we want their learning to show up there in the journal so it's easy to find and to see. So if you do post something to the inbox, no problem. But if you're about to do it and you're thinking and you remember, oh, we wanted it to be in the journal, just take a second, click back into the journal and add your post, video, picture, whatever it is, to the journal, please. So, are you feeling more confused now? I hope not. There aren't many parts to Seesaw, but it can be confusing because there is a student view, there is a parent view, and yes, there is a teacher view, but we're not going to talk about that one. So if you do have questions still that were not clarified for you, ask your teacher. We are happy to help. And let's just continue learning about Seesaw together. Good luck.